Hi everyone, Navnet time. This is going to be a relatively long one. Okay, main Navnet station is the one in front of you. Obviously we might have a bit of a problem seeing these with obviously the blackening of the screen, the resolution and that. But your main controller for your Navnet is up here. Okay, on and off is the blue button. In order to switch it on, you just push it once. It'll double beep at you, and then your screens will eventually come up. Because it's a 3D system, it runs on the pair of screens that are there. It normally will start up on one screen, and then it will 3D across to the second screen. Okay, your first screen is normally what we use as a navigation, and then of course on the West Hinder I use that screen for my secondary radar, or for my obviously for my CCTV when I'm looking at the back, or if I'm pushed on, I'm looking on the foredeck for passenger safety. This system is quite in depth, and for me to try to explain it to you is going to take a week. So I'll give you the basics that I really need to tell you. When you fire it up, obviously once it's done everything it needs to do, it will then say, there'll be a yellow box saying press roto key to continue. Roto key is obviously that one, similar to the other Navnet systems that you had on the smaller ones, but this is a lot more in depth. This is 3D, and there's a lot more control on this one. So you'd push the rotor key, just push it in, then your screens will come up. As I've said before, if you fired the Navnet up before you fire the GPS navigator up, your position won't come up on the screen. Not at all. Okay, so make sure that your GPS navigator is on before you switch this on. Then you will have your position on the screen. To zoom in and out is obviously as simple as in and out. Okay, you can zoom in. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. 1 second. There's a little, I don't know if you'll be able to see it now. That there, see that moving? That is the controller, which is controlled by your cursor, which is the right hand circular button. Okay, this is like a mouse. You've got a left hand button and a right hand button for the mouse. Okay, you imagine it's like that. Okay, so in order to be able to control the left hand screen, that little cursor has to be on that screen, and you will, to know that you have control of that screen, there'll be a red box right round that screen. If there's no red box around that screen, you're not controlling that screen. Okay, to zoom in and out, obviously you go out and you go in, as simple as that. Okay, the resolution is quite good, to be fair. That's where we're sitting, as you can see, at Seaport Marina in Amauda. I think yours has been up. I think yours has been updated on the Wanderer. Ours is done every year. I think ours is due in May. But yes, that's your control from that, in and out. If you all of a sudden use the left hand scroll, yeah, which is just scrolling for the screen. If you want to look to the left or to the right, you just push right, and you can look in where we get our fuel from, down there. Or you could scroll right and then go to an ACOS key, which is there, Iman key. But if you think to yourself, oh, I've lost where I am, I need to get back to where I am in a hurry, just push that button there, ship 3D. Okay, push that, it automatically goes back to where you are. Okay, if you keep your finger on that button, it then gives you a 3D situation of where you are. The only trouble with that is it doesn't give you, it just gives you a head up. Yeah, on normal mode it's normally north up. Okay, you can change that, I think. I'm not sure. I'm going to prove myself wrong here right now. And normally if you do the 3D and then get hold of your rotor key and then turn it, you'll get, no, it's proved me wrong. There you go. Oh, hang on a minute. No, it's what it's doing is actually tilting the screen. If you move the rotor key, tilts the screen up and down, just give you a more comfortable position. Okay, what I normally do is I'll only do that if I'm doing like major passages, but on normal day-to-day I'll have it on normal 2D. Okay, but to emphasize that fact, if you turn the rotor key, you'll then get no, we won't. Okay, it's not doing that now. Never mind, proved me wrong, but there we go. That's that. Okay, so anyway, normally what you can do on these screens as well is you can use a multitude of different screens. You can either have obviously we've got CCTV, we've got radar. I think on the Wanderer you've also got a sounder on there, but in order to be able to see those different ones, you go to menu. Okay, push the menu button, and then you will, that's your menu for your menus to other bits and pieces. I'll go through that one in a minute, but what you want to do is push the display button first. Sorry, my mistake. Push the display button. It then gives you your different types of display that you have on option. That one is obviously your navigation. Then you use the rotor key to turn it, and you've got radar. That one gives you a multi-screen, and then also you've also got your CCTV. So if I wanted to do the multi-screen, I'm not sure what's set up on that, to be honest with you, but we've got those four there. I will give you a bit of a tip. Normally, if you're working on a night shift, you need to be having a single screen on, i.e. that one, which I'll switch back to in a minute. If you leave these on at night, these don't automatically dim. Well, they don't automatically dim anyway, but they will not dim the same as what that screen will. Hence the reason why I have nav on this side, and then when I'm doing my navigation I'll have a radar on that side. When you have the radar on that side at night, it's dark, it doesn't interfere with your vision outside. Okay, so it's nice and simple. Push the display button again, turn it once. I'll then have nav on there like that. For daytime it's white and normal colours. You've got three options. You've either got white as in day, you've then got like a very bright black with white, which is dusk, and then you've got a very light black and very light white, which is night options. To enter that, you hit the menu button. Okay, down the side you go down to global. Okay, global. You then double tap it. 1, 2. It then gives you the option to go to day night mode. Okay, you can either go to day, dusk or night in there. Brilliant that is. Saves you having to dim the screens. I know you can dim the screens on the Wanderer, they both work, that I do know, but that can be a pain in the backside because you have to push it 50 times to dim it to nothing, and then you've got to push it another 50 times to bring it all the way back up again. So I normally, if I'm going to do it on a night shift, I will then dim that to night. Okay, you can't see it now because it's gone dark, which is a good thing, but dusk comes up a little bit lighter, and then obviously day will then be back to white. You can see it properly. Okay, push the menu button, goes back to that screen. Normally if you're pushed onto a structure, as we all know, you will normally lose your heading data. Don't worry about it, it will come back. Normally if there's an issue, the yellow line that's along the top there will turn red. Okay, it will tell you, and you can't do anything to clear it. The only way that you can clear it is for the heading data to come back up again. It will then bleep at you again, and this will go yellow again. Okay, now you can probably see along the top here there's certain little icons. Now I'm unsure as to what they all are, to be fair, but you have got a radar control there. Okay, now if you're going to use your second screen as your secondary radar, so if I just go to the cursor and go across, take that across to there, remember you've got the cursor in the screen, which is there. Don't know if you can see that there, look. And then of course you've got the red box around it, which then tells you you've got control. So if I now change that by pushing the display button, and then go to my radar like that. This is the day one, which is blue. Once you what you can do is you can take your I don't know what you call it, mouse thing over the top of the radar. It's gone now. It only stays there for a second or two. There we go. See it? And then once you've done that, what you do is you push. Let's go up here. You push that button there. Okay, that then turns on your secondary radar. Now on here, I've got it on there. Okay, I have also got it as an overlay on my Navnet. Okay, you can zoom out on these. Okay, in and out on that one, and you can also, if I control this screen now, go across and control that screen, I can then zoom out and I can see exactly what is on there. It's up to you whether or not you use it, but I find it in bad weather, I find it an absolute godsend. Alright, I shan't go into too much more detail because you'll have to find all the rest of it yourself. There should be a book, and it's a very, very thick book to learn how to plot your positions and all that kind of malarkey on there. But yeah, that's really all I can tell you about that. Just the basics is all you need.